Welcome to the Vol Bros presented by the Ooltewah Club. My name is Evan. This is my brother Ruston, and we are two Vol Bros who are actually bros in real life. And ladies and gentlemen, it is game week. How about them apples? I am so excited. We have a preview show tonight. Now, you might be saying, oh, wait a second, it's not Thursday. We always do preview, all throughout football season. We have our preview shows on Thursday. We have our recap shows and reaction shows on Sunday night to give us time to become objective about it and think through everything. But it's not Thursday, so why are we doing our preview show now? Well, that's because this Thursday night we're hosting SEC football trivia night from the Ooltewah Club, and we certainly hope you'll join us. It is totally free to partake in that game. You'll be able to join us online that night if you're not with us in person. And just so you know, we're going to have a little practice run tonight with the platform that we're going to be working with. So looking forward to that. We'll do that here in just a minute. But as you all know, every time we have a preview show, we do three things. We talk about what do we want to see on Saturday. We talk about who do we think we're going to be talking about on Sunday that played really well. And we're going to give a score prediction. So we want to hear from that with all you guys too. As always, we are proud representatives of the University of Tennessee on the Believe Entertainment Network. Let me go through the comments real quick, and then we'll get after this preview show. Mississippi Vol, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said, good evening, guys and chat fam. First official preview show of the year has been well worth the wait. Amen, brother. It is good to be back at this point of the year, isn't it? Let's see. We got 10 Cup with us. Welcome. Good to have you. Jonathan, welcome, buddy. He said, hello, Evan Ruston, and the best chat on the interwebs. I 100% agree with that. Hope everyone has had a great weekend. Don't forget to tell your mom and them about the Vol Bros. Totally agree, 100%. Mississippi Vol said, hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate you doing that because I never remember to say that, but it is important. So thank you very much. David, good to have you, buddy. He said, what's up, Vol Nation and the Vol Bros? Good to have you with us. Jonathan said, these 29 months, days of August are moving slow, but it's almost football time in Tennessee, 100%. Todd, welcome, buddy. He said, let's go. That's right. David said, straight out of the gate, do we play Travis Smith Jr. and Rodarius Jackson against Syracuse? Yes. I wouldn't even say it's a question. I think they 100% play. Do I think they start? No. Do I think they play? 100%. Will's already given his score prediction, so I'm going to star that and come back. So, Herb, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said, go Big Orange, it's go time this week. Absolutely, 100%. Well, Ruston, let's start off with how we normally start our preview show. What do you want to see on Saturday?
What do I want to see?
I have two very specific things that I want to see.
I want to see Joey Aguilar take care of the ball. I want to see him show me better mechanics than what I've seen to this point. I want to see him make good decision making. Honestly, I'm going to spend pretty much the whole game just watching him because I need to see something different than what I've seen so far. So I hope I see a different player. I'm not going to say he'll be challenged because I don't think this defense is that good, but the best part of their defense is the secondary. So I'll be curious to see how he does against some legit guys back there that, at least two of which will end up playing in the NFL. So he's going to be a little challenged by the secondary.
So here are the two things that I want to see. I want to see Joey hit a couple deep balls. I want to see, that be a thing early in the season that only hopefully gets better as time goes on. Because, like we said, like Reed Carringer said, if he hits 2 or 3 a game, we're fine. Literally, that's all. If he hits 2 or 3 a game, we're fine. If he hits 2 or 3, that's 14 to 21 points right there. So we got the dudes that can get behind the defense. Let's lead them well with passes that they can run under and take it to the house. So I'd like to see him hit 1 or 2 deep balls, preferably 2 or 3, but at least 1 or 2. And then the other very specific thing that I want to see, or I guess I should say, I don't want to see. I hope there are 0 injuries. That's the other thing, that we can walk out of week 1 with 0 injuries, especially at linebacker. But that's the main thing. I want to see Joey hit a couple deep passes, and I don't want to see any injuries, because yes, we're very talented. We are, but there are certain position groups that are not deep, and so hopefully we're walking out of here and everybody's healthy. That's the thing. No upper body injuries as people are limping off the field. Shout out Dante Thornton Jr. from last year. So those are the 2 things I want to see. Y'all let us know in the comments what you guys want to see this Saturday as well. Oreo Puppy Dog said, hope Joey gets us out of the slow starts. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. I think that's a great point. Let's go back to what we saw 2 and 3 and 4 years ago, where they were scoring in almost every single opening possession of the game. How about that? Let's do that. Let's see. Dester, welcome, buddy. There's a channel member. Good to have you. He said, go Vols. Can't wait until Saturday. Absolutely. David gave his score prediction. Any of the score predictions I'll save until that part of the show. I'm putting stars by him so I know to come back to him. Bender of Strings, welcome, buddy. He gave a score prediction, but he also said our offense won't be clicking game 1, but we'll punish Syracuse on the ground. I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's very fair. Keg 2071, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said, what's up, Vol Bros? It's game week. Let's go Big Orange. Absolutely. Let's see. David said, who gets the first scoring touchdown, Joey, Bishop, or Matthews? Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, if we score on the opening drive, I'm going to say it's Deshaun Bishop. If we don't score on the opening drive, I'm going to say it's Peyton Lewis. What do you think, Ruston?
Yeah, I would have said the same thing. I could also throw Star Thomas in there if it's not the first drive. I think we're going to score a lot of rushing touchdowns. I'm not expecting passing touchdowns.
Yep, agreed. Brennan, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said upper body injuries. Exactly. Yes. Hopefully we don't see any of those, whether that be upper or lower body injuries or the lack there of detail. Todd said, I want to see an O-line that has its way with Syracuse and no snaps mishandled. Amen, brother. I was thinking the same thing earlier today. Well, hang on. I can't say that because I'll give away my answer to the next part of the show. I'll come back to that. Robert, welcome, buddy. Good to have you as a channel member. He said a lot of touchdowns and quarterback sacks. That's what he wants to see. Sign me up for that. Absolutely. Jonathan said, I believe we break a long run, the first play from scrimmage, and Star Thomas gets the first touchdown of the year. Hey, there's a lot in that statement. He's saying Star Thomas gets the first snaps in the running back position. I mean, that could happen. I think it'll be Deshaun Bishop, but it could be Star. But that'd be pretty sweet if first play from scrimmage, they break one off, like Jalen Wright against Georgia a couple years ago. Keg said he wants to see solid defense, consistent run game, and elite play from the tight ends. Ooh, now that's a good one. Sign me up for that. I mean, I want to see Miles Kitzelman and Ethan Davis both get some catches. Let's make that happen. Everett, welcome, Everett. Good to have you, man. That's a new name. Glad you're with us. He said, what position group looks best Saturday? Ooh. I mean, the easy answer is defensive line, right?
I'll take running back.
I like that. Well, so here's the thing. If we're talking about aesthetics, it's definitely the running back room because all those dudes have gotten crazy ripped. Like they look like grown men running around out there right now. When Coach Sims describes Peyton Lewis as he looks like he's wearing armor with his own body. That's probably pretty good. Mr. Osborne, there's a channel member. That's a Watch Party fan member. He said, hello, Vol members. I hope to see a focused team with as few penalties as possible and hopefully no injuries. Amen. He said, good quarterback play with 150 to 200 team rushing yards. Tough defense, 34-13 UT. Sign me up for that. I love that. That would be awesome. Clay, how you doing, buddy? Bionic Clay right here. Let's see. Or is it, wait, Clay, are you the same Bionic Clay, or is this a different Bionic Clay? Or just Clay? We got two Clays. I'm making sure I got the right one. He said, "What's up, guys? It's good to have you, man." He gave his score prediction, so I'll put that up in a minute. David said, "Do we force multiple turnovers?" Ooh, that's a good question. What do you think, Ruston?
I'll save that for my game preview.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna say one. I'll say we get one turnover. Tony said, "Welcome, Tony. Good to have you." He said, "I want to see a lot of 12 personnel. I want the tight ends to have at least 6 to 8 catches." Now, okay, if they get 6 to 8 catches, that's more than we've thrown to the tight ends in Coach Heupel's history at being a Rocky Top. But that would be, I mean, sign me up for it, because we got 2 really good ones out there and 2 pretty good ones coming off the bench. So, I mean, that'd be cool to me. Bender of Strings said, "Will the new rules against fake injuries help us to get back to going fast?" I think so. Just in case anyone missed our show last time. So the new rule is, and it's very specifically worded, which is actually, it helps the offense the way it's worded. But it says, if a player presents themselves as injured after the ball is spotted by the officials, the other team is immediately charged a timeout. The player has to leave the field for at least one play. And if the other team doesn't have timeouts, then it's a delay of game penalty on the other team. So what's going to happen is, just like Tennessee has a designated, you're going to get a fake hurt guy on extra points. Every team is now going to have a designated, you're going to be the fake hurt guy. And so they know if the other team breaks off a long play, they have to go down on the field before the refs spot the ball. So that's what they're going to do. They'll work around it that way. But I do think, yes, it will help us go faster, because once the ball's spotted, the other team can't be like, "Oh, wait, I'm hurt," that kind of thing. John said, "I want to see us use our tight end quite a bit, and both of our offensive and defensive lines dominate." Totally agree, man. 100%. Mr. Osborne said, "Good quarterback play being no interceptions." Yeah, I agree. Smart decision-making and leadership. Sign me up for that. Absolutely. David said, "I want Joey to go for 18 for 25 with 324 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 35 rushing yards." Sign me up for that. I would love that. I would love that. What's interesting, the 35 rushing yards is probably of all of that on there, maybe the least likely to happen, which is interesting. He's probably more likely to get 324 yards passing. I don't know about the 4 touchdowns part. But if he gets 324, then it probably is 4 touchdowns. But he's not as mobile as the other guys that we have back there, like Merklinger. But I mean, I would love it if he did. Tony said, "Would like to see good safety play, still not high on turn time." Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's fair. 100%. David said Iowa State had the new rule used on them Saturday. I didn't catch that. I must have missed that part. That's good. Brennan said, "What do the Bros expect to see new from Heupel and Halsley in game 1?" Do you want to save that for your score prediction part?
No, I wasn't going to talk about that, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure that we're going to see.
That's a really good question, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we're going to see a whole lot of new. I don't think this Syracuse team is very good. And so I think they'll probably save a lot of the things that they've added for Georgia. I'm not sure we're going to see much of it the first few weeks.
Yeah, totally agree. I think you're exactly right. That was a really good question. So our second part of the show, y'all let us know in the comments. By the way, if you gave us a score prediction just then, I have it starred, so I will be going back to it. David said, "I heard on the Sports Source that Seth Littrell helped with new wrinkles." Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
you heard it on the Ball Bros, too.
He is not
for a while.
He is not a quiet guy. He will, if he's going to be on staff, and it's why he and Venables couldn't cohabitate. If he's on staff, he's going to make his opinion known. I'm excited to see what he adds. I'm also excited to see what Landry Jones adds. I think there's going to be a lot that people haven't seen before.
So our second question, Jonathan said he agrees with you that we won't see new stuff till Georgia. Second question that we always do in the show when we're previewing a game. Sunday night at 9:00 p.m., we're going to be live again talking about what we saw the day before. Who do you think we're going to be bragging about and praising Sunday night?
On the offensive side, I think it'll be the running back room. On the defensive side, I think it'll be Arian Carter.
I think that's excellent predictions. I'm going to go very specific. Actually, not, but I think it's specific. I'm going to talk about 5 dudes, and that's our offensive line. That was the big question. That was the question coming in, other than who's going to be the quarterback. But, all off season, it was, man, they're losing like everybody but one guy on the offensive line. How are they going to handle this whole new offensive line this year? And I think alluding to what you were saying, I think the running backs are going to run wild on Saturday. I think Joey's going to have plenty of time to do what he needs to do back there, because I think our offensive line is going to play really well. Because I agree with you, the Syracuse team isn't that good. And so our offensive line should manhandle them. And I think that it's going to be really exciting coming out of this game to see just how well they played. And so I'm gonna say that Sunday we're talking about the Tennessee offensive line, and we're raving about their performance. I hope that's what happens as well. I think it will. I really hope it will. Sam said Syracuse retooled their offensive line via the transfer portal. It'll be interesting to see how this works.
Yeah, but the guys they got are not good. So they went out and signed 4 dudes from Power 4 schools that they thought were going to, come in and revolutionize what they do. The kid they got from Alabama is going to start at left tackle. He literally never played a snap at Alabama. He couldn't find the field. So, he's suspect. They got Cam Pringle from South Carolina. He got beat out. He's not even starting. A dude that was there last year who didn't start last year beat him out. So, I'll talk more about this in my preview, but this offensive line is not good.
Well, and it doesn't help them that they're going up against, statistically speaking, the 4th best defensive line in the country going into the season. Or 4th best defense, one of the best defensive lines in the country. I mean, I think our defensive line is going to have a fun time Saturday, personally. Let's see. David said, will our interior offensive line be good? I think so, because of Wendell Moy. They switched his side of the line because they were working with Lance Hurd and Wendell on one side of the line. And then, they're trying to, they still haven't officially named we'll find out tomorrow. Well, no, we won't. What am I saying? I was about to say we're going to find out tomorrow when they release the game notes. Who's the start? I'm like, or is going to be starting everywhere. That's what we're going to find out. I know better than that. I shouldn't have even started to say that. Someone will be starting at center. The middle name Or will be starting at center.
I'm sure it'll be Sam Pendleton.
I think so too.
I feel pretty confident in that.
I also feel pretty confident that we'll see a big Or beside his name on those game notes. At right guard, it's probably going to be Shamu Murov. It was going to be Sham Umarov, and then at right tackle, David Sanders Jr. But it was just under 2 weeks ago now. They flip-flopped Wendell Moy and Sham Umarov so that they could have another veteran guy on the same side of the line with David Sanders Jr. So I think that's what we'll see. But listen, no matter who you go with at center, either Pendleton or Satterwhite, you're going to be okay.
Don't forget about Jesse Perry. He's going to be in the mix somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people saying that he might start instead of Sham Umarov.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Bare minimum, I think they'll split the game. I think that's an ongoing competition, and they'll be fighting for that starting job. I think they'll probably go 50-50 at that position.
I agree. Because they're both running with the ones right now. Like they're rotating them in and out during practice. So I'm sure that will also be a or spot on the game notes. Let's see. Jonathan said offensive side, running back room, and that's what he's hoping. We're talking about on Sunday. And defensive side, Jeremiah Thielander. Amen, brother. He said, I believe he is either a forced fumble or fumble recovery. He may have both. No arguments here. Sam said their question is, how will the offensive line hold up against our pass rush? They are also talking about quick passes. You going to say something?
I was just going to say they're not going to hold up well against the pass rush. And I think that's probably where we end up getting an interception is playing tight man with a strong pass rush, and they try to force a ball somewhere it doesn't belong.
Yep. Robert said, do we think David Sanders Jr. will be ready to play? Yeah, I do. He's going to have to be. He's going to have to be. Let's see. Bender of Strings said he thinks David Sanders will be a freshman All-American. I hope so. That'd be awesome. That'd be really good. Keg said he thinks that Syracuse will try to punch us in the nose early. Yeah, I could see that, trying to hit a deep shot early to, maybe set the tone for the game or something. I just don't think it's going to work because, you got to remember, first of all, they're going to have, it sounds like Jermon McCoy may be out there. I think he would see very limited snaps if he does. But it sounds like he might even be on the field this week. So even if he's not, let's operate on the assumption that he's not going to be out there, but I actually think he will be. But let's operate under the assumption that he won't be. You still got Ricky Gibson and Colton Hood covering their dudes. So, I hope they try to throw a deep ball early because that means that their quarterback has to sit back there longer waiting for his guys to get downfield. And our defensive line says hello to the quarterback. Let's see. David said, will we go 3 deep in our D-line rotation? Yes. I think you will see potentially up to 16 next week you'll see 18 different guys on the defensive line at least against ETSU. This week I think you will see at least 15. That's my prediction.
Yeah. Rodney Garner's goal is to play 12. So, 3 deep is pretty much a guarantee with him.
And I think, like I said, there's going to be some, late in the fourth quarter, there's going to be some dudes getting some playing time that normally would not be getting some playing time. I hope, at least. Sam said, I hope we hear about a D-line that pressure the quarterback all day. Amen, brother. Jonathan said, do y'all think Brazel starts Saturday since the charges got dropped? Yes. Will said, Will. He said, do you think that Woodshed experience, which it was in Columbus, motivated the team to be more driven in the offseason to reach higher levels of success? Honest question, not a hater, as you know. I know you're right. You're not a hater, and I appreciate that. Do I think that motivated them? 100%. But here's what's more important. Do I think that motivated the coaching staff and the entire athletics administration? 100% yes. I think that was, another reason why they went with Adidas, to get more money to compete with guys like Ohio State. Yeah, I think that had a massive ripple effect through the entire athletic department. Brennan said, how will Halsley make soft coverage pay? How do you think we will make explosive plays? Great questions.
I don't think we're going to see that this week. I think we're going to see controlling the line of scrimmage, pounding the ball, using a lot of running game to create play action pass. If we get any explosive plays at all, it's either going to be a running back busting a big run, or Mike Matthews potentially getting behind, or Travis Smith potentially getting behind the defense on play action. I don't see a quarterback and receivers yet who can go create plays. I think it's going to have to be created for them.
Absolutely. Oreo Puppy Dog said, how do you think Nico and UCLA will do? I think Nico's not going to have a fun afternoon. Well, I guess by that point it'd be evening against Utah this week. I don't think he's going to have a happy, fun time. Let's see. Mississippi Vol said on offense, he's going to go with Ethan Davis, and on defense, Aaron Carter. Yeah, that's great choices. I'd love if Ethan Davis was a player of the game. Wilson, then that's great news. Am I answering his question? David asked a good question. He said, will we see true freshman Deson Brain in a 12 personnel set? I think it depends on the score. I think we can all agree Miles Kitzelman and Ethan Davis are the first two dudes on the field at tight end. Do I think our true freshmen get in? I do, actually. But we also know from 4 years of experience that Heupel does not play a lot of tight ends. He gets two guys that he likes, and those are the two horses that he rides. And I think in order for Van Dorselaer, that's going to be hard to say, and Brahim to get in the game, I think it's going to be like a fourth quarter situation where we're up by 20 or nope, not even that. If we're up by like 28 or more, then you might see him in the game. Sam said, I'll be shocked if Jamal McCoy gets in the game. I don't think he has been medically cleared yet. He has met, according to Willie Martinez, he has met every benchmark they have asked of him. And they are very optimistic that he will be back on the field soon. He was in full pads, apparently, this past week. I mean, the dude apparently has worked his tail off to get back. Personally, I don't know, man. I don't think he needs to be. If he sees the field by Georgia week, I'd be tickled to death. But I don't know. It sounds like he might get in the games this week. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think he starts. I don't. I think Colton Hood and Ricky Gibson are going to start.
Typically in that scenario, you come back on restricted snaps. So I think what they'll probably do is they'll probably roll him in, certain situations, get him some run and plays where, they think he can just probably play coverage and not have to sprint around a whole lot. And then next week it'll escalate a little more and they'll add a few more plays. Then the following week they'll add a few more, and then they'll have him close to full strength for Georgia. That's typically how you handle something like that.
Let's see. Sam said, are we finally out from under all the NCAA restrictions? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I don't know the official. There's a lot of legal stuff involved with that. Probably some stuff that the general public don't even know about. I don't know. That's a good question. David said, do we get more than 10 tackles for loss this weekend? Oh, gosh, that's a big number.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I don't think so. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, if you get 5 in a game, that's a good showing, you know?
You lived in the backfield.
Yeah. Ooh, this is maybe the best question yet. David said, "Are y'all emotionally ready for the last goodbye for Lee Corso's headgear pick?" No, I'm not. I'm not. Rustin's smiling, so he might be.
Probably an unpopular opinion. I've never liked Lee Corso, and I can't be more ecstatic that he's gone.
Oh man! And now the Volbers are canceled. Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's part of the Saturday morning, right? I mean, like watching Lee do the headgear pick. I love it.
Yeah,
So
I usually mute while he's talking.
So there's going to be some tears shed in this household. I can tell you that much. Brendan said, I got teary eyed watching that video they made for him on social media the other day. David said, "Do you like Dick Vitale in basketball?"
100%.
Yeah, I love Dick Vitale. How can you not like it?
There's two major differences. Dick Vitale stayed current with college basketball and still knows the game. Lee Corso forgot what football was about 10 years ago and has never stayed current. And they just let him keep coming back on the show. And he used to drive me crazy. He would talk about stuff that hasn't happened in 15 years. And it doesn't bother me if you're old, but stay current. Like don't live in your generation. Know what actually happens in today's game.
Lee, you're welcome on our show anytime. Let's see. Brendan said the real question: will we see Bennett Brady this week?
Yes.
Yes, we will. Yep, you will see number 44 running out there for every long snap we see. Will said, "Is Corso going to pick Ohio State or Texas headgear?" It's 100%. Take it to the bank. He's going to pick Ohio State because his very first headgear pick was Ohio State. He loves Brutus. His very last pick will also be Ohio State. He's going to bookend it by putting on the Buckeye head. That's what's going to happen. Let's see. Sam said maybe the headgear will get stuck. So Robert said, "I don't believe many Vols fans would be Lee Corso or be upset when Lee is gone." Yeah, Will said his first headgear pick was Ohio State. His last pick will also be. Yeah, I mean, listen, it is not a coincidence that this is his last game. I mean, like, this is not a coincidence. It will be Ohio State. I will be shocked if it's not Ohio State. I'll put it that way. All right. So, last thing, we got a score prediction to make for this Saturday. Do you want to go first, Rustin, or you want me to go first?
You can.
David said, "I'm 40 years old. I cried in the tribute to him. It made me remember my stepdad. I'm 40 years old and I cried, man. It was, I thought that was really, really good. There's going to be a lot of tears shed on that set on Saturday." Audrey said, "We are still under oversight probation until 2028, no longer under active NCAA restrictions." Thank you, Audrey. Audrey is a channel member. She is also our investigative journalist, unofficially. We appreciate her very much. Mississippi Vol said, "Bennett, my man." Tony said, "The thing I'm looking most forward to is finally hearing Mike Keith say it's football time in Tennessee. You've been waiting 27 years for this." Amen, brother. Amen. Jonathan said, "I will say it's getting harder to watch Lee as the last few years with his health declining." I agree 100%. 100%. You feel sorry for the guy. But he keeps getting out there. So, I mean, I respect that. Will said, "The way Herb Street broke down during that video was very touching." Yeah, man. I mean, he's like a second dad to Kirk Herbstreit. Let's see. Sam said, "Audrey, you are a champion." Totally agree. Todd said, "Audrey is goated." Totally agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. So score prediction for this week. Y'all give us your score prediction in the comments as well. I'll put it on the screen. I got several to go through, but I'll give mine first. I said this last year. Last year I said if Tennessee ever scores over 30 points in a game, they will not lose a game. Because their defense was so good that there was no way that their defense was going to allow more than 30 points. I'm going to update that this year to say if Tennessee scores 32 points or higher in a game, they will not lose a game this season. Because I think a team, might get 28 and kick a field goal and make it 31, something like that. So if Tennessee scores 32 or more points in a game this year, I think they do not lose a game. Will's laughing because Ohio State scored more than that on us last year. And yes, they did. That's why I'm saying if the other team doesn't, if we score more than that, which we didn't score more than that against Ohio State. But if we score more than that, they shouldn't lose a game. Our defense this year will be better than last year's defense, which is saying something. Last year's defense, I think it was 6 straight quarters. It might have been 7 quarters where they did not allow a touchdown. They almost went 2 complete games without allowing a touchdown. We went what was it, 6 games or something like that without allowing a rushing touchdown? I mean, it was bonkers what they were doing last year. And they're going to be better this year. So I do not see this as a fun afternoon for Syracuse fans. I'm going to say conservatively, Tennessee 31, Syracuse 13. I think, Syracuse might get in the end zone. I know they'll kick a couple field goals. But that's it. I mean, they're not getting anything other than that. I think Tennessee could score more than that, but it's kind of one of those things I need to see it before I, believe it. So I'm going to say Tennessee 31, Syracuse 13.
My turn.
Yeah, fire away.
So Syracuse's offensive line was completely depleted. They went out and got 4 transfers from Power 4 schools. 3 of them are going to start. 1 got beat out by a guy who didn't start for Syracuse last year. And then their starting center got injured, and their backup center is getting the start. So all 5 starters are brand new.
It's a recipe for success.
Yeah. All 5 starters are brand new, and none of them started a game last year. So Steve Angeli is getting his first start at quarterback at Syracuse. He's the transfer from Notre Dame where he did not start there. So, he's coming in brand new. 5 brand new offensive linemen. The running backs behind him got a total of 20 carries last year. So they're all brand new. They have 1 good receiver, but their best receiver, one of their best receivers from last year is back. He had a little over 500 yards receiving. Jonte Cook got kicked out at Texas, and he's starting in the slot for them, and he'll be on the same side of the field as their top returning receiver. So if Steve Angeli can get enough time to get those 2 guys the ball, those 2 guys are the 2 best players on the offense for Syracuse. But getting them the ball is going to be a huge if. And I do not see them being able to run the ball at all.
Also agree.
So defensively, so I say that to say I don't see them scoring more than 10 points. Defensively, their starting front 4 are average. I would not say they're good. And there's 0 depth. When you get into their bench, there's nothing there. Same thing for their linebacking core. The 2 guys that'll start are decent. I would not say they're good. They're slightly above average, and there's 0 depth behind them. So their front 7 is very weak and unproven and has no depth. Their secondary is the best part of their entire roster. They have 2 safeties that are probably going to both be in the NFL someday. Corners are pretty good, and they'll play a nickel almost exclusively the whole game. So it's going to be a 4-2-5, which is what we practice against every single day, with a front 7 that might hold up a little bit at first, but over the course of the game, they're going to get beat down and they're going to get run in the ground. I'm still not a believer in Joey Aguilar. I got to see it to believe it. I think we're going to play a ton of 12 personnel because I don't think we have any confidence in our wide receiver depth right now. To the question about Travis Smith and Rodarius Jackson, I'm not sure you see Rodarius Jackson. I think you'll see Travis Smith. But if we play a lot of 12 personnel, we don't need as many wide receivers. So I think you're going to see a lot of Mike Matthews, Chris Brazzell, Staley, and probably Travis Smith. And that might be the only 4 receivers that get on the field. But again, if we do a good job running the ball, use the tight ends well, we don't really need more than 4 receivers. I do think you're going to see some punts because I just think there's going to be times when Joey's going to miss receivers. They're going to try some things and he's probably not going to be overly accurate. So, I think we definitely score 4 touchdowns, maybe a field goal. I could see a pick 6 based on the topic we mentioned a minute ago. They're going to have to try to get the ball out quick. We'll be playing press man. Colton Hood and Ricky Gibson are both very good in press man, and you can create, quick passes that are intentionally quick to draw interceptions. So I could see us scoring 35 if we get a pick 6. But conservatively, I think we win 31-10. And I think when the week's over, everybody's going, man, our front 5 and our running backs are awesome. We got to figure out how to throw the ball. I think that's probably what's going to come out of this game.
So I'm saying 31-13. You're saying 31-10.
Yep.
And we did not talk about that prior to this show. If you've watched our show ever, you know that. Because a lot of times, like, we're about to play a game on here in a minute, a trivia game that we'd love for y'all to play. Ruston hadn't even seen the questions. A lot of this, I just surprise him with as we go. Let's see. Audrey, if you're on YouTube, you can see the goat emoji she used when people said she was goated. Mississippi Vol said, I'm going to go with 27-14. I don't look to see many explosive plays. But one thing I do think we'll see is a punishing ground game, 100% agree. And defense keeping them in check all game, 100% agree. Todd said Vols by 50. But then he said 30-17 or 37. So Vols by 23. David said Tennessee 38, Syracuse 13. Audrey said 35-17. Tony said 31-17. Robert said 31-14. Whoa, Jonathan, I'm talking about, buddy. He said 48-3 Vols. We have at least 1 defensive touchdown. That's what I'm talking about, man. Sign me up for that game. I'm all about that. Let's see. Bobby said Vols. Hey, welcome, Bobby. Good to have you. He said Vols 28-10. That actually legit might end up being the exact score.
Yep.
Yeah. Calvin, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said Vols 42-16. I hope they cross 40. I would love it. I would love it if they cross 40 points. Kanan, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said, if our offense feels good in our first game, then Georgia better watch out for an upset. I mean, that's fair. A lot of people, if they come out and play well, a lot of people, it's going to turn some people's heads. That's for sure. Todd said, nope, scratch that previous score. He's going 38-3. So Vols by 50 or 35. But 35 would be a heck of a win too. So I'm cool with that for sure, man. David said, if we score more than 50, And Aguilar throws for 350 yards. Will Ruston believe in Aguilar?
If Joey Aguilar throws for 250 yards, I will believe in Aguilar.
Absolutely. Oriole Puppy Dog asked, when can we use the Adidas money for the team? That's a really good question. So the contract starts July the 1st, 2026. Notice how I worded that.
But it's also possible if you have a player with PR issues that you might get an NIL deal start earlier and he might buy his former high school jerseys that just happen to be Adidas.
That just happened to be, yes, Adidas. Yeah. That may or may not have happened today. Boo Carter bought Brainerd High School, which is interesting because he was only at Brainerd High School for like 2 months.
Yeah. But if you look at his high school options, Chattanooga Christian doesn't need new uniforms. Bradley Central has a massive booster club. They don't need new uniforms. Brainerd High School is an inner city Title I high school. They always need new uniforms.
And Adidas, in conjunction with, well, Boo Carter, possibly in conjunction with Adidas, purchased Brandon. He used his NIL money to purchase uniforms for Brainerd High School, which kudos to him, man. That's fantastic. I love it.
And I do wonder if that is in the UT Sports Information Office said, "Hey, we need some good PR.
Yeah,
let's find something here we can do."
Yep. Let's see. Will said, look for a lot of quick hitter screens and draws from Syracuse. Yeah, for sure. They don't want that ball in that quarterback's hands. They do not want it in his hands.
Nor does the quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be like, Coach, seriously, man, just let me hand it off. Jonathan said, we won't start getting Adidas money till next officially.
Yeah.
July the 1st, 2026.
Right.
Officially. I think Adidas might be very excited that we are now their flagship university. So who knows? There might be some projects that get done early. That maybe boosters. Surely not Adidas. We'll see what happens. Just a man in Tennessee. Welcome, buddy. He said, "Big orange butt whooping coming for Syracuse." Totally agree. Audrey said, "So we will be issuing IOUs until next July."
Apparently.
Yeah. There's the tweet right there. Those are the jerseys that Boo, not Adidas, Boo purchased for Brainerd High School. Yep. Just happened to be Adidas uniforms. I Bleed Orange said, "Hey, welcome, buddy." He said, "I just joined the stream. Do you guys actually give Syracuse a chance to beat us?" No. And if that happens, what are these expectations after we lose for that? That's not going to happen. Tennessee is going to win the game on Saturday. Sam said, "Last year, Syracuse played nickel defense 60% of the time."
Yep. They'll play 100. I would say close to 100% of the time tomorrow because of their depth issues at defensive line and linebacker. They just don't have enough guys to do anything else.
Yep. Mr. Jones, welcome, buddy. He said, "Who returns punts and kickoffs this week?" Boo Carter.
Yeah, Boo will definitely be punts. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Deshaun Bishop and Peyton Lewis back on kickoff, possibly Dwayne Morris.
And possibly Mike Matthews.
Yeah, possibly Matthews.
Slick Biker said UT 38, Syracuse 10. I think that's actually a really good prediction as well. That legit could be it as well. Especially if they get a defensive touchdown, like a fumble recovery or pick six or something. That definitely could be the score then. Will said, "I smell a fake punt coming for Tennessee versus Syracuse. Perfect team to pull against." Yeah. I mean, we hadn't seen it. We've been hearing about it for 2 years. It's time.
Mike Eckler's gone, so maybe now it'll happen.
Yeah. Yep. Sam said their coach has said they don't want to get beat deep. I hope we show them a power running game. Our offensive line's supposed to be better running. Well, we're going to run the ball like crazy this weekend, which will hopefully set up a opportunities to throw it down the field a little bit. Throw the ball around the yard a little bit, as Steve Sprague used to say. Mr. Jones said 42-13. Tennessee, I'm guessing, is the 42 there. Ricky said, feels like the Oklahoma game where he doesn't trust his quarterback. Welcome, Ricky. Good to have you. He said where he doesn't trust his quarterback, but knows the defense and running game can beat them 24-10. That's fair.
I'm afraid, Ricky, you may need to prepare yourself. I'm afraid we're about to see a whole season of Oklahoma games.
Yep. Well, we'll find out a lot this Saturday, that's for sure. Just a man in Tennessee said 27-10 Vols. Austin, welcome, buddy. He said, I feel like practicing against our defense and practice all summer and fall has prepared this offense to be able to execute against a lesser talented team. Yeah, I totally agree. He said 41-14 Vols. Now, I will say this. That is an interesting score prediction because that's no field goals for them. That's 2 touchdowns for them. That's interesting. So I think our defense does, allow them to get into, plus territory, but I think they hold at least once and make them kick at least one field goal. But I would love it if we cross that 40 number for us. I'd love that. Jonathan said, I don't think Boo Carter would be the player to do that after what has happened this offseason. That's a fair assessment.
But he did.
So hopefully that was some excellent advice given to him from people who have his best interests at heart. And if so, it was very well executed and very well done. That's all I got to say about that. Also, shout out Adidas. I'm just let's see. Sam said, do you think Jordan Ross introduces himself to the Syracuse quarterback? 100% yes.
Yep.
Will said, Adidas should be excited to have Tennessee as their flagship program. I agree, man. I totally agree. I mean, they've won the SEC Cup for 2 straight years now. They've, as far as like department-wide success, I mean, Tennessee is literally an everything school. Lady Vol soccer right now is 4-0. They haven't allowed a goal all season, and they've beaten number 1 and defending champion number 1 and the number 5 ranked teams in the country so far. I mean, it's an everything school, no doubt about it. Volleyball's about to get cranked up going. They're going to be probably competing for a Final Four spot here in a couple months. I mean, like they're good, man. Let's see. Tony said, I believe Joey Aguilar throws for 250 yards. I don't think it matters who we have at quarterback against Georgia. They beat us because they dominate both lines of scrimmage. So I get that. I don't think their offensive line is going to dominate our defensive line, though. I think Georgia's actually going to have a really difficult time running the ball against us. That's going to be a game closer than the experts think. Gunnar Stockton is going to have to show up and make some plays in that game. Let's see. Audrey said a parental unit killed any good PR Boo got from that, sadly. Yep. Let's see. David said, will Caleb Herring or Edwin Spillman surprise? Hey. Yeah, listen, here's the thing. Everybody go ahead and write down number 13 on the defense. That'd be Edwin Spillman. Yeah, you're going to hear his name called a lot on Saturday. Dude is going to make himself well known. You go ahead and write that number down. Number 13. He was my pick for breakout player of the year this year. Listen, everybody's going to know about Edwin Spillman by 3:30 this Saturday. Just a man in Tennessee. Mike Matthews is going to go off on Saturday. I hope so. I'd love that. I hope so. That would also mean that, hey, Joey Aguilar also hopes so because he'd be the one getting the ball. David said, will we see pistol formations early? No, I don't think so.
I think we might. I mean, it depends on what you call early.
That's what I was about to say. Is Georgia early or is the first 2 weeks early?
Well, no,
I think you don't see it till Georgia.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think you're going to see it on the first series, but I think you'll see it in the first half Saturday because it's not, wrinkles like adding elements of Seth Littrell's air raid adding wrinkles with the tight ends. That's the kind of thing you hide until Georgia. Running out of the pistol, that just helps you throw off play action. So, and I think this team's going to have to throw a lot of play action passes because I don't think these receivers can get themselves open. So, the more pistol we run, the easier play action is. So I could see some of that against Syracuse.
Ricky said, just win, baby. I'll take 2-0 versus Georgia. Yeah, amen. Totally agree. Eric, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. Here's channel member. He said, what's up, Vol Bros? My prediction is 35-7 Tennessee. I think that's a good prediction. I hope that's right. Schmidt said, Vols 33, Syracuse 16. So I'm going to say that what he's predicting there for 16 points would be 1 touchdown with an extra point and then 3 subsequent field goals. I'm thinking that's what he means there. I could see that. I could get on board with that. I don't think they score 2 touchdowns. I really don't. Eric gave us the Go Vols baby emojis and the Vol Bros logos. I'm talking about. Elijah, welcome, buddy. Here's a channel member, a watch party fan member. He said, what's up, bros? Making it in late. We appreciate you, man. Mr. Jones said, do you think the switch to Adidas helps us flip Tristan Keys? Oh, yes, because Mr. Keys just also signed an NIL deal with none other than Adidas. And so, I think that definitely helps us flip him. I like this. Oreo said, hey, throw that thing deep. First play, baby. He said, settle everybody down. I don't think it's settle people down. I think it'd be riling people up. I love it though. Throw it deep. Like Casey Clausen used to say. He used other language than that though. Brennan said, feels like 98 with Adidas. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Starting the season off with Syracuse. Absolutely. Kanan said, I think Joey's a better fit for offense than we're expecting. He's used to tempo and has the moxie to play confident. I think he's going to ball. Hope so. John said, the Lady Vol soccer team should be ranked number 1. I agree. 100%. Let's see. Tony said, I mean, they've dominated both lines of scrimmage since Heupel's been here. Speaking of Georgia and our team, he said, don't know about this year. I don't think they're going to dominate our defensive line. I don't. They might dominate our offensive line, but I don't think they're going to dominate our defensive line. Eric said, I agree. Edwin Spillman is a player from that linebacker position. Elijah said, Vols 35-14. They score a touchdown late, and the game is never really close. Yeah, I agree with that. Will said, Tennessee sports are off the chart. Ohio State is all just about football and lacrosse. It's crazy they don't feel much better teams than other main sports with their massive resources. That's fair. Sam said, Edwin Spillman will get the chance to shake the hand of his old high school coach when we play UAB. That's true. He sure will. That's a good point.
I don't know. You're making a strong statement that Trent Dilfer will still be there by week 4. He is more on the hot seat than any coach in America right now.
Jeff, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said, opinions will start to change beginning Saturday, and I look so forward to it. I will stand by my predictions, although I usually agree with Ruston on all his opinions. We disagree on Joey's season.
Well, let's put a disclaimer on that. I have said repeatedly, I hope I'm wrong. I hope he has a great year. He has 4 quarterback coaches, all of which are excellent coaches. If he doesn't turn it around and get his issues fixed, no one's ever going to fix him. But I would also remind everyone, he was our 5th choice.
Yeah.
And he wasn't a choice at all until the first 3 turned us down. So let's kind of slow our roll. I hope that those 4 guys, I mean, he's got 4 absolute quarterback gurus in that room with him.
He's set up for success, no doubt.
Yeah, if he can't produce, he's never going to produce. And let's be clear, the coaches know that too. If he doesn't produce early, the coaches will make a change because they're looking around that same room going, we got 4 quarterback gurus in here. Why can't this dude figure it out? and they will make a change.
Keck is bringing his yearly sarcastic. He's being sarcastic. We know him. He's being sarcastic. He said, Coach Willie Martinez needs to go. Because everybody says that every year, and it's just not true. And so he loves saying it too, just to be antagonistic. He loves Coach Martinez. Backflip Spaghetti said 45-10, and we get a W against Georgia. Hey, he's calling a shot for 3 weeks from now. That's what I'm talking about. Mr. Jones said it would rile up and settle down at the same time if he goes deep first play. You're exactly right. Todd said, if y'all keep this hype up, I'm going to change my score to 53-3. Vols by 50. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Will said, you're getting closer to 50. He said, oh, you are at 50. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Osborne said, if Joey can throw a deep ball as good as Alan Cockrell, who also wore number 6 and was actually a better baseball player for us, our offense could score more points than we think for the upcoming season. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ooh, here's a good question. Mr. Jones said, how much do you think Amari Jefferson is used in the rotation of wide receiver this season?
4 games.
So interesting comment about Amari. Well, 2 interesting comments lately out of fall camp. Number 1, Joey, and there's video of this, Joey Aguilar hit him for a deep ball down a sideline. And Joey mentioned that he had hit him for a deep pass. And yeah, Brad's like, yeah, that's awesome. Then we hear, I can't remember which coach it was, if it was Heupel or I don't think it was Halsley. I don't think it was Pope either. I can't remember who it was. So one of the coaches said that Amari is still trying to get his body in playing shape or something like that.
Yep.
And I was like, well, that's not what you want to hear 2 weeks before the season starts. So I don't know if he's not used to this tempo or what.
A couple of different people said Amari already redshirted. When I said 4 games, I wasn't talking about redshirting. I was talking about the 4 blowouts. He's 3rd or 4th string on the depth chart, and we never go past 2nd string at wide receiver. So he ain't getting on the field unless it's a blowout.
10 Cup said, I understand that Nico is master of the deep ball, which UCLA's athletic department, that's what they called him on a news article. And he said, so I hope he rubbed off on Joey while they were there together.
Don't let facts get in the way of a good story.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Will said, I know y'all don't really care, but word from Columbus is Julian Sayin might be the best quarterback to ever come through here, Burrow included. People are saying he could be Marino 2.0. Guess we'll see. I mean, I hope for you, man, I hope it's right.
I could see that.
Some of the other predictions, Will said Vols 24, Syracuse 13. David said Tennessee 38, Syracuse 13. That's a really good prediction. That's a really good one. Bender of String said 27-10. I think that's also that could very well be it. Oreo Puppy Dog said 41-17. Hey, sign me up for that. But I don't like that 17 number because that means that Syracuse had scored 2 touchdowns. That would not be a good thing if they score 2 touchdowns. Clay said, I'll say 38-17. Let's see. I think that's all. We had some more come through here. Let's see. Mississippi Vols said, yeah, he's the master at overthrowing everything, the deep ball, and missing his receivers by 5 yards or throwing it out of bounds 11 yards off the field. That was a fun one last year. I believe that was that at Oklahoma last year? I can't remember. It was one of them, and I was like, that wasn't even close. Jeff said, I agree. If not now, then never, but I also know how he got here. I also coached football, and I see things with him in both the good and the bad, but I stand on how I think he's going to transition.
Like I said, I hope they fix him. When he's on platform and when he's standing in the pocket and delivering the ball, He throws a good ball. When he gets in trouble is when he's off platform. His technique goes out the window. He makes really bad decisions. And, I hope they fix him. But I think they're going to know real quickly if he did or not. You can't simulate in practice when the bullets are flying. And until they actually are, you just don't know what you have.
Yeah. Ricky said, when do you think your boy Joe Milton starts for the Cowboys?
Well,
I don't think he's starting this year.
He's probably going to be the backup. Well, no, he's probably going to be the backup, and we all know Dak's going to get hurt by week 8. So you can pretty much be guaranteed Joe's going to start at least one game. Dak doesn't make it through entire seasons.
Rolly Season, that's a cool name. He said 48-13, go Big Orange. I hope we score 48 points. I really do. That would be awesome. Let's see. David said, last week I thought Tennessee 38, Syracuse 9, but if we pull starters, I changed it. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, absolutely. John, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said, playing with a better team will help Joey. I agree. 100% agree. Big Orange is talking about Tennessee baseball again.
I don't know that I do agree with that. It's not comparable. You can't go, okay, he's on a better offensive side of the ball. He threw 24 interceptions in 2 years in the Sun Belt. The dudes on the opposite side of the ball are way better than the Sun Belt. So it's all equal. It's comparing the same levels. You were average and turnover prone for 2 years against the level of talent that you were on. So now when you elevate to the next level of talent, even if you're surrounded by talented players, all the guys on the opposite side of the ball are just talented. So it's still equal. And until he fixes his issues, I'm not sold. I need to see him do different than what he's done to this point.
Are you saying that SEC defensive backs are better than Sun Belt defensive backs?
A little bit.
Oh, okay. Backflip Skitty said he had horrible protection, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hey, listen, time's going to tell, right? It's going to tell. We got 408 people watching right now across all 3 platforms. We so appreciate you all. I want to tell you about 2 quick things, and then we're going to have a little fun game here. This week on Thursday night, 6:30 p.m., Ruston and I are hosting an SEC football trivia night. You want to be here for that. It's totally free to play. We're about to practice it with another game here in just a second. But some more comments came through. I'll get those here in a second. Mark your calendars at 6:30 p.m. If you are one of the first 1,000 people to join that game, if you win the game, you get any item of your choice off our merch store up to $50 value. So totally free to play. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have 50 questions about the SEC over the last 50 years, basically. We're going to do 10 questions from the 80s, 10 from the 90s, 10 from the 2000s, 10 from the 2010s, and 10 from 2020s. So you really want to be watching right at 6:30 on Thursday night so that you can for sure get in that first 1,000 people to play the game. So go ahead and mark your calendars for that. We're going to practice it here in just a second. The other thing I want to let you know about is on our website. If you were to go to thevolbros.com/contest, I'll just put our website up here. We'll share this tab. If you go to our website and click on contest, we have a college football pick'em challenge. We do this every year. It's a blast every year. And this week alone, you'll see this on here. It's only $5 to join. If you are a channel member, if you're an honorary fan or a watch party fan member of our channel, you've already paid. You're in. You don't even have to pay anything. If you're a supporter level, you only have to pay $3. If you're not a member of our channel, which we certainly encourage you to be, but if you're not, it's just $5. That's it. And if you win at the end of the season, if you have the best record, you get a $50 Alumni Hall gift card. So it's super fun. It's a ton of fun. Every week we'll pick the 10 best games all across the country. And so all you got to do is go on there, submit that form, and then go to week 1 games, and you've got this week's games already there, and submit them, and you're good. It's that simple. Will said he's taking Ruston down this year. Ruston won last year, and so it's a lot of fun. Would love for you to join us on that. Would love for you to join us. Picks are due by this Friday at 3:00 p.m. because the first game is Auburn at Baylor, and that's Friday night. So would love for you to join us this week. Sign up this week and be a part of that. But here's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to go through the last few comments that came through, and then we're going to play a little practice game with the trivia. Let's see here. Elijah said another thing is App State defense gave up a ton of points, and they're always playing from behind. Hopefully this defense supports the offense enough to where he doesn't feel the need to force anything. Backflip Spaghetti said, I can hear Rocky Top echoing from Atlanta to Athens. David said Aguilar never threw an interception when he wasn't behind at App State. Probably never a good thing to throw him at any point, but I'm gonna go through them real quick. Sam, go ahead.
So basically, you're all saying that when we get behind, we're going to lose.
Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. A lot of people are talking about interceptions where when he's out of the pocket. I mean, it's never a good time at any point to throw an interception.
Let me tell you what coaches tell quarterbacks when teams are down. Now is the time when we have to value the ball more than any other. Do what we call get your reads correct and do not get us into trouble. So when you're saying to me that all his interceptions came throwing outside the pocket, throwing behind in games, what you're telling me is he flakes out in pressure situations and he makes really bad decisions in pressure situations. That's not a good quarterback.
You can't get back into the game if you're trying to fit the ball in windows where it doesn't need to be going. Will said, hope y'all are going to switch that channel during commercials this weekend. I know I will. I will be. I sure will be. May have a multi-view going on the YouTube TV. Let's see. All right, cool. So here's what we're going to do. If you have a phone, Ruston's backflip guy said, stop raining on our positive vibes, Ruston.
I'm just living in reality. Again, I hope I'm dead wrong. I hope that Seth Littrell and Landry Jones and Joey Halsley and Josh Heupel fix him and he comes out and plays like a world beater. But I need to see it before I believe it.
All right, so Thursday night, we're going to be using this software that you see on the screen right now for our SEC football trivia night. So we're going to do a little practice run right now. I got 20 questions on here about me and Ruston. And look, Ruston's scanning it with his phone. He's going to play with you. There won't be a prize for this right now, just so you know. We're just practicing. I'm using this as a time to practice as well because, I mean, I got like 2 monitors going, that kind of thing. I want to practice it to make sure it's going to work well too. So here's how it's going to work. If you can scan that, or if you are on your phone, you can just go to crowd.live, and then the code is BBYBT. And so, we'll give everybody a couple minutes to get signed in here. Crowd.live. Let's see. Will said, can Ruston see my picks, or can I see his before the games, or is it all private? The picks will be after the picks, the time to enter them has ended. I will publish everyone's picks so that people can see, Elijah said they make a spreadsheet before the games with everybody's on there. Exactly. So like Friday afternoon, I'll send out a spreadsheet. I'll post a spreadsheet on all our socials and on YouTube and everything of here's who everybody picked. So that everybody, it's above board. But this is why right here, I recommended if you join us on Thursday online, I recommended having 2 screens going, one with our live stream on it, and then one with your phone so that you can join the game and play along. So right now, 6 people have joined. I'll give everybody a little bit more time. So you can either scan the QR code you see on the screen, or you can go to crowd.live and enter code BBYBT when it shows it to you. BBYB crowd.live and enter code BBYBT. Let's see. Will said, can you see other people's picks through the week? No, you can't. No, it's private until you get to the end of the week. And then Will said, I don't know SEC trivia. Well, this is about me and Ruston, this practice round right here. This is about the two of us. Peanut Butter Posse, who's a Kentucky fan who joins us periodically, said, y'all just need Aguilar to be a game manager. Totally agree. He said, Vols are so good around him, they just can't put him in a position to make a mistake that take points off the board or gives the opponent points. Fair point, buddy. I think you're spot on. I'd like for him to hit a couple deep balls a game. That'd be nice. Rebel G, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said, good evening to y'all. Joining late, but made it. So we got 414 people across all three platforms right now. 8 people have joined the game.
Go ahead and start it. Let's just roll.
You want to start it?
Yep.
All right. We got 9 now. We're rolling now. All right. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to click start. And if you're watching, you can just watch along with us here and have some fun with 415 people now. So if you're watching, I'm going to start this up. Here's what's going to happen. When I click, Will's in. He said, I'm in. When I click go on this thing, you're going to see a countdown show up on your screen for 10 seconds. And the first question is going to show up. That is the only time you will see a countdown the rest of this time here. Rebel G said, please pray if you have faith. Getting tests done in my heart, might be getting another surgery. Hopefully. Hey, man, I promise you, I will pray for you. I give you my word. I will do that. I hope you get very good news. Hope you get really good news. Let's see. Peanut Butter Posse said Tennessee going to have a lot of 20 to 30 kind of games. All right, so we got 10 folks in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and click the countdown, and that's going to start the game. I will read the question as fast as I can. Listen, you have 10 seconds to answer the question. Okay? All right, so here we go. So you will have 10 seconds to answer the question when it shows up on your screen. Which brother got Michael Jordan's autograph at a Red Food grocery store? All right, let's see. So now on your screen, you can see that it was Ruston and he actually did get Michael Jordan's autograph at a Red Food grocery store. You want to give the story behind that?
Well, it was back when people still toured the country. Michael Jordan had just won Rookie of the Year in the NBA, and Wheaties made him go on a nationwide grocery store tour signing Wheaties boxes. So I got to meet Michael Jordan there.
So Ricky is in first place right now after that one. That's good, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's pretty good. All right, so here comes the next question. Now listen, there's not going to be a countdown after this one. This is just, it's going to show up on the screen. So here comes the next one. Which brother has seen Cher in concert? All right. So the correct answer was neither of us.
Thankfully.
And yeah. So two people got it right. 6 people said I saw Cher in concert.
Amen.
If I could turn back time. Let's see. So Ricky is still in the lead after that one. Is that you? Are you in there as Ricky? Is that Ricky Allison?
Probably.
How about that? All right. So here comes. John said, I'm one of the old guys that still has a wall phone and likes football in the 60s and 70s. Can't play the game. Hey, no problem, man. Elijah said, Evan, I see you as a Cher enjoyer. Will said, thankfully I was wrong. Mr. Jones said, like and share. There you go. I appreciate it. All right, so here comes the next question. Question number 3. Which sport has Ruston not coached? Rebel Juice said, I never saw Cher in concert, but my mama made sure I heard her growing up. All right. So Ruston has not coached hockey. He has coached baseball, football, and he has coached high school soccer, actually. So
8-5-1.
7 people got that one right. So that was good. Ricky is tearing it up. Audrey. Ricky is tearing it up right now. All right. So here comes question number 4. Some of you false. Do you believe? That's what I'm talking about. All right. So question number 4. Which brother got hired as a Frank Sinatra impersonator in college? And the correct answer was me. That was me. And a lot of people said neither, or people are saying they said neither. Hey, 4 people chose me. Audrey said I quit. Elijah said do the impression. Maybe sometime. Will said, dang, Evan, let's hear it. It was good times. We would sing Fly Me to the Moon and The Way You Look Tonight. It was a lot of fun. Ginger sings as well. And so we would sing that. We'd sing All the Way together, the Celine Dion and Frank Sinatra duet. It was good times. Rebel Juice, so that's awesome. I love Frank Sinatra. I do too, man. Absolutely. Let's see here. Ricky is about to lap the field here. This is amazing. I think Super Dave Vall might be her uncle. I think that's who that might be. Jared knows his stuff too. I see you, Jared. Let's see here. All right. So question number 5. Which brother was the youngest person in the audience at a Chicago concert in 2003? So that was me. I was in Birmingham, and I literally think I was the youngest person in the whole place because I love Chicago. I think Ruston likes Chicago too. Maybe not as much as I like them. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot of fun. Mississippi Vol said, "Oh, Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra." That's right. So let's see how many people chose. So 2 people picked me. 3 people picked you for that one. Audrey's pumped because she got one right. That's what I'm talking about. So let's see our standings now. Ricky missed that one. He missed that one. Some people are gaining on him here. Will jumped up to second place there. Hey, you like that background I got on there? You like that? I took that photo at the Tennessee and UTSA game 2 years ago where Joe Milton had the 80-yard touchdown run down the left sideline. That I took that photo there. I like it on the background there. I think it looks good. Let's see. Mr. Jones said, do you have the ages of everyone? I don't. All right. So question number 6, almost halfway through here. Which brother has been ahead of school at 3 different schools? And that would be Ruston. That's who that one. 90% got that correct. 90%. That's awesome. Everybody knows you, man. Everybody knows you. That's 9 people.
The only one who got it wrong was me.
Are you doing it on purpose?
Yeah, I've answered every single one of them incorrectly.
Ricky, he knew he got his lead back going. Well, so Will said, enhance that photo, Evan. So here's the thing. I had it full go. And then it was so hard to see the leaderboard that I had to put a Will knows this because he does graphic design stuff too. I had to put a semi-transparent black layer on top of it at I think it was 60% transparency, just to make sure that you could read the stuff on the front of it there. Mr. Osborne's pumped. He got one. Hey, okay, Sam, You got a deal, man. After Tennessee beat Syracuse, I will sing New York, New York. That was one of the songs we used to sing. So I will do that for sure. You got a deal. All right. Question number 7. Which brother was at the 2015 Oklahoma game? And if you'll recall, that was a checker kneeling game. The very sad double overtime loss with Baker Mayfield at the helm for Oklahoma. That was actually both of us. What was interesting was we weren't there together. Ruston actually ended up in the Oklahoma parent section, I think it was, where he was sitting.
Yep.
4 people got that right. Oh, Jared's climbing. He's climbing there. That's what I'm talking about. Jared's known us a long time, so he knows a lot of these too. Audrey said, "Hey, I should get half credit because she got one of the 2 of us." That's right. All right. Question number 8. Which brother once ate 12 deviled eggs at a Thanksgiving meal? And that would be me. That may have been one of the most redneck moments of my life because we were eating a Thanksgiving meal at Wally's restaurant. And it was not Thanksgiving Day, I'll put it that way. But I think we were at Wally's, and man, they had some fire deviled eggs. And I was like 11 years old, I think, and I ate 12 of them bad boys in one sitting. Fun times. 3 people got it. 5 people said it was you. That was me. And let's see the rankings now. Let's see here. Ricky knew it. He got it. He knew it was me. If Super Dave is our uncle, he was there, so he would have known that. Let's see here. All right. Question number 9. Which brother is afraid of snakes? That would be both of us. I shouldn't speak on behalf of you. Are you afraid of snakes?
Yeah, they should all die.
Yeah, I totally agree. I hate snakes. I hate snakes. Spiders, I'm cool. I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but I mean, they're fine. Whatever. Heights, okay, that's cool. Whatever. I like being up on high floors of hotels. That's cool. Snakes, nope, run away. If they're in your house, your house is theirs now. You have to move out and leave. I hate snakes. Hate snakes. Will said, for being relatively new to the channel, I'm not doing too bad. There you go. He said, oh, dang, I spoke too fast. So you apparently didn't get that one. Let's see. Yeah, 4 people said both of us. And now the current leader. Oh, Jared's taking over the leaderboard. I guarantee you Ricky chose me at least on that last one because he knows I hate snakes. Rebel Juice said, y'all wouldn't like it here at Reelfoot Lake. I got snakes around my yard and my house all the time. Yep, can't do it. Sorry. That is the one thing that I am a no-go on. All right, so question number 10, halfway mark here. Which brother has hit a hole-in-one in their lifetime? And I try to read the question as fast as I can. That would actually be neither of us. I don't include putt-putt golf on this. Neither of us have hit a hole-in-one. 3 people said that. Hey, 4 people picked you. That's what I'm talking about. They got more faith in you than they do me. Well, only 1 person said me. Did you say me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So nobody said me, basically. Let's see. Jared has skyrocketed up the leaderboard. He is now winning. That's what I'm talking about. Attaboy, Jared. All right, so we're at the halfway point here. Question number 11. Which brother has been named the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Distinguished Educator? And that was definitely Ruston. Very nice honor that he received when he was the head of school in the Atlanta area. 7 people got that right. Pretty awesome honor for him. Jared has maintained his lead there. All right, question number 12. Which brother sang on stage with Andy Williams? Now, this one might have been a little tricky because I put that in there earlier about me getting hired to impersonate Frank Sinatra, which was true. Ruston was the brother who got to sing with Andy Williams. My mom we were talking about this earlier. He got a T-shirt that sang, "I sang with Andy Williams." Pretty cool thing. Nobody picked you though. Sorry. So nobody got that one right. Let's see. Penn State Sports Talk, welcome to our show. They said Tennessee will come us in the playoffs this year. I mean, he said, I want to play
early
Tennessee.
For that prediction.
Yeah. I'd love to play Penn State, so sign me up for that. Rebel G said, I hate snakes, love snakes, hate spiders. Even left my camp once because locked myself in the car because you can never be too safe with spiders. That's awesome. So Jared maintains his lead because nobody got that one right. All right, question number 13. Which brother is pictured here? Blast from the past here in this photo.
I put neither. It's just some random Photoshop kid.
So that's me. I was 2 years old in that photo. Mississippi all said, man, I love Andy Williams Christmas music from the 60s. So that was what Ruston was singing. It was the Chattanooga Boys Choir singing Christmas Tree, and Andy Williams came up on stage with him. Penn State said Georgia, Vanderbilt, Kentucky are going to be Tennessee's 3 protected rivals. Alabama will most certainly be one of them, and probably Vanderbilt since it's in state, and then probably Kentucky. But Tennessee and Alabama were the 2 founding schools of the SEC. The SEC was made because of Tennessee, Alabama. The 3rd Saturday in October will be protected. So that'll be one of them for sure. We're glad you're here. We're practicing a little trivia game because we're going to have SEC football trivia this Thursday. So we're doing a practice run here. We got 20 questions. We're about to do number 14. I didn't show the people who got, so 3 people guessed me, and Jared, Uncle Dave coming up on him there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so question number 14. Which brother is pictured here? If you missed this, you may need an eye test because this brother has looked the same since he was born, really. One of the funny stories about Ruston, when he was, 7 people got it right. 2 said neither. That is 100% Ruston.
One of those was me.
Oh, okay.
The other one thought you found a really crappy picture from the 80s and we're like, hey, this got to be, we'll just throw this in there for the heck of it.
I mean, dude, that's a pretty awesome school photo with the lasers behind you. That's pretty awesome. I'm just saying.
It's not a true school photo unless there's lasers in the background.
Yeah, exactly. The reason that I put this up here was Ruston was in college and he was at some banquet and a guy came up to him and said, "Are you Greg Pierce's son?" And he said, "Yes, sir, I am." And he said, "You probably don't remember me. The last time I saw you, you were 2 years old." And so the guy hadn't seen Ruston for 20 years, from 2 to 22, but he recognized him because he's looked the same his entire life. It's incredible. All right. Let's see. Question number 15. Will said he remembers those laser backgrounds. The goat of all school picture backgrounds. All right. Question number 15. Which brother has met Phil Fulmer? All right. That is actually both of us twice. We met him once in Big Orange Caravan when we were kids, got our photo with him and stuff. Then we also met him again in Ooltewah, Tennessee. We were walking out of Loopy's Pizza in Camber Square in Ooltewah, and Phil Fulmer was walking through the parking lot. And we were like, that's Phil Fulmer. And then one of Ruston's sons had on a big Tennessee shirt, and he goes, "We got some Tennessee fans over there." And so he was so kind, so generous. He came walking over and just asked the kids if they wanted a photograph with him. And of course they were like, yeah. So he took a photo with all of our kids. It was really cool, man. Really, really cool. 7 people got that right. Yep. And so Jared has extended his lead. And he is now, I mean, that's pretty close between Jared and Ricky. Pretty close. Jonathan said, can our 3 protected rivals be Bama, Vandy, and Sewanee? There you go. Bring them back, baby. Bring them back. Let's see. John said his next question here. Question number 16. Which brother played college baseball? Now, if you've watched our show for any amount of time, everybody should get this right. That was Ruston. 78% got it. 78%. And Jared has extended his lead even more. 4 questions remain. Question number 17. Which brother has 5 children? So that is actually neither of us. I have 2. Ruston has 4. So neither of us have 5. Only one person got that one.
That we know of.
Yeah. Oh, man. So it looks like 2 people got it. Our uncle definitely got that one. That's what I'm talking about, Uncle Dave. All right. Question number 18. Which brother was the Chattanooga Rotary Club Educator of the Year 3 times? That was me, actually. I had the nice honor of being named that. Nobody picked me. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, that was me, actually. So the score stayed the same after that one because nobody got me. That was pretty good. All right. Audrey said trick question. I mean, it happened. So let's see. All right. Question number 19. So 2 questions remaining. Uncle Dave can still pull it out. Ricky still has a shot as well. Let's see what happens here. Jared's confidently in the lead, though. Number 19. Which brother is a licensed minister? That was also me. And so let's see how many people chose me. 5 people chose me on that one. That was correct. Jared and Ricky both got that one. All right. So 1 question remains. 1 question. Which brother lived in Knoxville for 3 years? And I'm hoping I got the amount of time correct on that. I didn't. Oops. So that was Ruston. How long was it? 2.5?
4.
4 years. Okay. Well, I knew it was at least 3. Okay. Let's see. 4 people got it right. Let's see. Let's see the final results here. We're going to finish the game. Our winners are, look at that fancy graphics. That's what I'm talking about. So who won this bad boy here? Uncle Dave got 3rd place. That's what I'm talking about. The bronze trophy there. Ricky came in 2nd. I think that means Jared won it all. Yep, Jared, congratulations, man. That's what I'm talking about. Jared won the Volbros Trivia, 770 points. That's what I'm talking about. Will, not bad, dude. Will came in 4th. Mr. Osborne, also not bad. That's top 5 right there. That's very cool. Very cool. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do Thursday night, except it's going to be about SEC football. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, there's going to be 50 questions, 10 from the 80s, 10 from the 90s, 10 from the 2000s, 10 from 2010s, and 10 from the 2020s. Yeah. So here's what I would do if I were you. I would recommend using 2 screens on Thursday night. It is the easiest to join that game from your phone. And you can do it one of 2 ways. You can either scan that QR code and you're right in there, which is what Ruston did. Ruston, did you find that easy to do?
Yeah, the phone's by far the easiest way.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you don't have to download anything. It's just your web browser. That's it. And so you can either just scan the QR code that was on the screen, or you can go to crowd.live and plug in the code that's on the screen, and you can join that way as well. So it's super fun. It's super fun, man. I would recommend be with us Thursday night at 6:30 because it's going to be a blast. We'll probably do like maybe 20, 20, and 10. Like we'll do 20 questions, take a bathroom break, or maybe 30 questions, take a bathroom break, and then the other 20. We'll talk about that in between, but we'll definitely put a bathroom break in there as well. But that was a lot of fun. Let's see some of the other comments. Y'all let us know in the comments if you thought that was a good way of doing it. It'll be a lot of fun when we do the SEC football trivia too. Let's see. Volcano said, what if Syracuse wins this game? They won't, so don't worry about it. What would be the reaction of the Tennessee fan base if they did? Justified rage. That would be the reaction of the fan base. Let's see. Jonathan said, if Syracuse wins, we'll go 6-6 or 7-5, but they won't win. And I agree with him. David said, I did good not actually knowing you guys personally. Hey, that's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Will said, I'll take fourth for not really knowing the course yet. I agree, man. Rebel Juice said, no way we lose to Syracuse, so Evan is definitely singing for us next Sunday. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Backflip Spaghetti said, that was fun. Oh, I'm glad you liked that. Mr. Osborne said, enjoyed it. Hope to do better with SEC football trivia. Backflip Spaghetti said it's a new variant of battered ball syndrome. Let's see. That would be what happens if Tennessee loses. Rebel Juice said, but I prefer you sing Rocky Top, Evan, in Frank Sinatra's voice. I don't know how that would work. Yeah, I really hope all of you join us Thursday night. Seriously, it's going to be so much fun. I mean, you get to play for free, and if you win, you get a $50 prize. So, I mean, that's a pretty sweet deal, right? It's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, speaking of that, tomorrow night, I'm actually going to go live. Ruston, if you want to join me there, that'd be cool too. I'm at 4:30. I'm going to go over to the Oldwalk Club tomorrow. We're going to test it. I'm actually going to go live on our YouTube channel from the Oldwalk Club at 4:30 tomorrow. If you happen to be on YouTube at that time, if you could join really what I need to know, because I won't be able to hear it on my end. I'm going to rely on people watching. Ricky said, I want to hear Anchors Away. So there is a Veterans Day program that I'm asked to sing at every year, and I sing the Navy part of the Armed Forces medley. So that's what Ricky's referring to there. Ricky, that's his favorite part of the whole program, I think. Volcano said, if Joey throws 4 picks, should he be benched? Yeah. If he throws 2 picks, he should be benched. Absolutely. John said, congrats to the winners. Yeah. Backflip Spaghetti, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. David said, definitely, but he won't be allowed to throw 3. Exactly. After the second one, he's going to be done. So if you are free tomorrow at 4:30, if you could just be watching to basically what I need to know, I'm going to be testing the audio in that room. And I want to know if when we're talking, if there's any feedback at all for you guys online. That's really what I need to know, because I won't be able to hear that because I'll be in the room. So if y'all could help me with that, that'd be amazing. Ginger is going to be there. She's going to be in an adjacent room watching on her phone to hear if she hears any feedback. So that's really what I want to test tomorrow night. Mr. Osborne said, as always, great show, Vol Bros. Hey, we appreciate you so much, Scott. Thank you so much. Will said, I like My Way myself. That's another great one. I used to sing that one as well. For the 4 that I did the most were The Way You Look Tonight, Fly Me to the Moon, New York, New York, My Way, and All the Way. So I guess 5. Those are the 5 songs that we did the most. Let's see. Eric said, good night, Volbro. Hey, appreciate you so much, man. So much, man. Thank you all very much for joining us. We got 460 people joining across all 3 platforms right now. We really do appreciate you. Hey, go to our website, join our Volbros Pick'em Challenge, our college football Pick'em Challenge. It's a blast, man. It's so much fun every year. thevolbros.com/contest. I'll put a link to it in the comments right now. Carl, welcome, buddy. Hey, Carl, 6:30, man, Tuesday or Thursday. You'll rock it, dude. You got to be there for our SEC football trivia night. Carl's a channel member. We appreciate you, man. Dester, we appreciate you too, buddy. Thank you so much. Jonathan said, great show as always. See everyone Thursday. I'll be driving home from work at that time, so probably won't get to comment much for the first 30 minutes. Hey, we appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. So it'll be a good time. Carl said Thursday, 6:30 Eastern. That's right, man. SEC football trivia night. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be so much fun. So this was good practice because now everybody knows the best way is definitely with 2 devices. That's definitely the best way. So hope everybody's able to join us. If you are watching on Twitter, I'm going to put in the comments of this live stream right now a link to our website where you can sign up and be part of our college football pick'em challenge. volbros.com/contest. So I just put that in the comments on Twitter as well. Mississippi Vol said, look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Evan. Hey, I appreciate that so much. I'd appreciate anybody who can get on and listen. I just want to check that audio. Will said, hit that like button out the door if you haven't already. I think that's fantastic advice. Hey, if you're watching us on Twitter, which right now we got 420 people watching on Twitter, we'd so appreciate it if you'd hit retweet and share our show with folks. It's a good time, man. We love having y'all comment and show your comments on the screen. We invite everybody on Twitter. We'll be live on YouTube, X, and Facebook, just like always on Thursday night. So if you're watching on Twitter, we invite you to join us Thursday for SEC football trivia night as well. If you are listening to the audio version of this podcast tomorrow morning, we invite you to join us on Thursday night at 6:30 as well. Thank you for listening to the audio version as well. But we so do appreciate all of you so much. This is, man, we got the best chat on the interwebs. Seriously. Ruston, any last thoughts before we see people on Thursday?
Nope. Looking forward to Thursday night.
Absolutely. Going to be so fun. Carl, we hope to see you Thursday as well, man. Volcano said, you think if their quarterback plays bad, you think they get to the portal? I'm not sure he's talking about Syracuse or Tennessee.
Tennessee.
No, you got Jake Merklinger and George McIntyre. They ain't going to the portal. And Faison Brandon's coming next year, so they ain't going to the portal. But we hope everybody has a great, great evening. Go Vols, baby. And we will see all of you Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Special time, 6:30 p.m. SEC football trivia night is going to be a blast. We'll see you then. Have a great evening, everybody.